A very good afternoon and a warm welcome to Politics and Business Television. Many thanks for joining us at this time. This is news analysis coming to you live on P&B TV. The headlines. For price hike, representative warns of unrest as federal government's labor meeting deadlocked. Nigeria National Petroleum Company still sold Dangote petrol to buyer, says marketers, and Naira weakens to 1,705 Naira per dollar at parallel markets. Details coming up shortly. Welcome back. My name is Amina Idris. Now the news in full. The House of Representatives on Wednesday cautioned that the recent hike in fuel pump prices could trigger social unrest. The Green Chamber handed down the warning as a meeting between the federal government and labor leaders over the increase in petrol prices ended in a stalemate on Wednesday. Last week, NNPC retail outlets raised petrol prices to 1,030 Naira per litre from 897 Naira in Abuja, while in Lagos the price jumped to 998 Naira per litre from 868 Naira. Other regions experienced similar increases. This is second price hike in a month, reflecting an increase of about 14.8% or 133 Naira. The development triggered higher transportation and food costs across the country. The organized labor and the organized private sector demanded an immediate reversal of the price hike. The Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress condemned the price hike and called for an immediate reversal. But addressing the issue during plenary, the House called on the federal government to immediately reverse the hike in the price of petrol and cooking gas, given the current economic hardship across the country. The resolution of the House praying for the intervention of the executive arm of government followed the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance moved on the floor of the Green Chamber by the minority leader, Kingsley Chinda, and 100 others. Speaking on the essence of the motion, Chinda, a member of the People's Democratic Party, expressed concern over the prices of petrol and cooking gas, saying the development was creating an unsustainable financial burden on ordinary Nigerians and exacerbating the cost of living. In another news, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited is still the sole off-taker of premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, from the Dangote Petroleum Refinery, despite the recent directive of the federal government that other oil marketers were free to start loading PMS from the plants. Oil marketers revealed on Wednesday that NNPC would continue to be sole off-taker of the products from the $20 billion Lekki-based plant until its agreement with the Dangote refinery as regards the lifting of PMS terminates. They, however, did not tell when the agreement between both organizations would end. Officials of NNPC and the Dangote refinery also did not respond to inquiries on when the agreement would end. On October 11, 2024, the federal government, in a statement from the Finance Ministry, announced that oil marketers were now free to negotiate purchase of petrol directly from the Dangote refinery without recourse to NNPC. But after a meeting with officials of the Dangote refinery on Tuesday, members of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria revealed that NNPC was still the sole off-taker of Dangote petrol, pending the termination of an agreement between Dangote and NNPC. In a notice to IPMAN members in the Western Zone issued by the zonal chairman, Southwest Dele Tajdin, the association said to IPMAN National Vice President, zonal chairman of Western Zone, IPMAN members and PTD zonal chairman met with the vice president of Dangote Group and many other notable staff members of the Dangote refinery on October 15, 2024. Moving on, the value of the naira depreciated at the unofficial markets on Wednesday as it traded at 8,705 per dollar, according to Bureau de Change operators in Lagos and Abuja. A Bureau de Change operator in Lagos, Aliyu Sani, revealed that he sold dollars for 1,705 naira and bought at 1,695 naira per dollar. In Abuja, the rate was lower at 1,700 naira. A currency trader, Suraju Ajaho, said that he sold dollars for 1,700 naira per liter and bought at 1,690 naira per liter. On the Nigerian Autonomous Forex Exchange market domiciled in the FMDQ securities, the naira closed trading at 1,655.69 per dollar, indicating a 0.04% depreciation from 1,658 per 97 per dollar that it traded on Tuesday. On the official market, the naira traded at a high of 1,682 naira per dollar and a low of 1,562.97 per dollar. The daily turnover dipped to 1,707 naira per 10 from 217.86 on Tuesday. The value of the naira reached a new low on Monday, closing at 1,700 naira per dollar, a 0.29% decline compared to 1,695 naira to the dollar, which it exchanged last week Friday. The World Bank has recently listed the naira as one of the worst performing currencies in sub-Saharan Africa in 2024. As of August, the local depreciated by approximately 43% year-to-date, ranking it among the weakest currencies alongside the Ethiopian birr and the South Sudanese pound. The decline is attributed to surging demand for US dollars in Nigeria's parallel markets, limited dollar inflows, and slow foreign exchange disbursements by the central bank. This is news analysis coming to you live on Politics and Business TV. Still to come, tears as Jigawa buries 153 tanker explosion victims. Details of this and many more news contents after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. It's good to know you're still with us, and this is news analysis coming to you on Politics and Business TV. Moving on, there was wailing on Wednesday in Majia town in the Taura local government area of Jigawa State, following the explosion of a petrol-laden tanker leading to the death of at least 153 people. It was reported that 94 persons lost their lives on the spot, while many injured others were rushed to Ringjim General Hospital, with doctors battling to save their lives. Due to the high numbers of casualties, all the victims were rushed to the Federal Medical Center in Birnin Kudu, where there was no bed space at Ringjim Hospital. President Bola Tinubu, his wife Oluremi, Vice President Kashim Shettima, governors, and many other Nigerians expressed grief over the incident. The Jigawa State Emergency Management Agency confirmed 147 were given mass burial following the explosion, with over 55 admitted to various hospitals. Most of the victims were burns beyond recognition. At the time of going to bed, a statement from the public Relations Officer of the Jigawa State Police Command, Lawan Shisu Adam, confirmed 153 dead and over 100 receiving treatment in hospitals. The deceased were given a mass burial in Majiwa town on Wednesday. The incident occurred at about 11:30 p.m. on Tuesday in Majia when the tanker driver lost control near Khadija University. The tanker was said to have left Kano and was on its way to Nguru town in Yobe State before the driver lost control and it fell with its contents. It was gathered that after the incident, some people went there to scoop the product, a development that eventually led to the explosion. Confirming the number of the casualties as 147, the Executive Secretary of the Jigawa State Emergency Management Agency, Dr. Haruna Meiriga, said his men rescued about 50 other persons to different hospitals in the states. Similarly, the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, says there is a need to have power grids in different regions or states to put an end to incessant grid collapses. The minister stated this on Wednesday when he unveiled Hexen Livotech, an electricity meter manufacturing company in the Lekki area of Lagos State. Adelabu also said grid collapses are almost inevitable in Nigeria given the deplorable state of the country's power infrastructure. According to him, having multiple power grids in each region and states would ensure stability. He noted that the decentralization of the power grid would help the plan to build grids in each region, saying this was made possible by the Electricity Act signed by President Bola Tinubu in 2023. Touching more on the grid collapse, he emphasized that the situation would be inevitable without sufficient investment in the sector. Adelabu maintained that there was no grid collapse in the last 4 months until it happened again on Monday. Adelabu, while unveiling the company, commended the firm for investing so much in Nigeria at a time when some were divesting. He said the event marked a significant milestone in the journey of the sector towards a more efficient and equitable electricity sector. The minister explained that the launch of the meter factory represented a key achievement in the ongoing efforts to prioritize local content, foster job creation, and reduce Nigeria's reliance on importation. The Chief Executive Officer of Hexen Group, Robert Liang, expressed optimism about Hexen's expansion into Nigeria, calling it a pivotal moment for the company and a commitment to advancing clean energy in the country. Liang emphasized Hexen's 3 decades of leadership in smart energy systems, solar technology, and digital infrastructure. Now let's move on to the foreign space, where Kenya's upper house of parliament is set to vote Thursday on whether to remove Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua from office in an unprecedented political saga that has gripped the nation. The Senate will give its verdict at the end of the second day of an impeachment trial against the embattled number 2 to President William Ruto. It follows a historic vote last week in the lower house, the National Assembly, to impeach Gachagua on 11 charges, including corruption, undermining the government, and practicing ethnically divisive politics. A trial in the Senate began Wednesday after the 59-year-old, also known as Rigi G, failed in multiple court bids to halt the process. The outspoken politician arrived at Parliament on Thursday shortly before the session opened and is expected to testify in his defense later. Gachagua has denied all the charges and no criminal proceedings have been launched against him, but he will automatically be removed from office if the Senate approves his impeachment. If this happens, he would be the first deputy president to be ousted in this manner since impeachment was introduced in Kenya's revised 2010 constitution. Gachagua, who has protested that he is being treated like a spent cartridge, can however fight the impeachment in the courts once the parliamentary process is completed. Still, you're watching news analysis live on Politics and Business TV. Most offices of politicians in Nigeria stockpiled with hard drugs, Senator Kawu Sumaila revealed. Join us shortly as we go into details on the topic. Welcome back. The senator representing Kano South in the National Assembly, Kawu Sumaila, has indicated that many politicians in the country have or had drugs in their homes and offices. Speaking on Tuesday while contributing to a debate during plenary on the general principles of a bill seeking to establish a National Institute for Drug Awareness and Rehabilitation, Senator Sumaila said drugs are usually stockpiled by the workers. He added that he could take the Senate's leadership to houses and offices of political leaders where mountains of hard drugs are stockpiled. The lawmaker said politicians and appointees should be made to go through compulsory drug tests before elections and appointments. The senator was, however, ruled out of order by Deputy Senate President Barrow Jibrin, who presided over the plenary. Cited Order 36 of the Standing Rules of the Upper Legislative Chamber, Jibrin said the contribution is not relevant to the subject matter. The bill is sponsored by the Senate representing Kano Central, Hanga Rufai. That will be all on news analysis. At 12 from Politics and Business Television. My name is Idris Amina. Bye for now.